Already in English? Okay, so the question is, hola, hi. ¿Cómo estás?
Sí, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Te amo, Medellín.
Te amo, Medellín.
Creative inspiration. What inspires you the most when you start designing something new? Next question.
Where do you find inspiration?
Yeah,
Live and people.
yeah, no, those are good ideas. I mean, I think the inspiration comes from, usually I have a purpose. So the purpose is the driver, and the purpose could be, for example, a necessity for myself. I mean, I do a lot of personal projects, so there's necessity, right? And when you have necessity, you have a purpose. And when you have a purpose, you have a mission.
And you find the roots.
Yeah, and then, but if it's a client, for example, you want to have empathy for the client. Like, you need to have a discovery before you can even design, right? You need discovery.
Which are the needs most of the time.
Yeah, so that requires a lot of empathy. And then, well, is there the next? That's a pretty good answer. What's the next question? Life lesson.
If you could give a piece of advice to young designers starting out today, what would it be?
Oh yeah, I definitely have an opinion on this.
Which is?
Well, first of all, school is not going to do everything for you. So your life lesson's going to come from real life, not from school. In fact, when I look at a student's portfolio, I don't even want to see the student work. I want to see the thing outside the school that they did. And that tells me that they're passionate about what they're doing. They're going above and beyond, we say in English. Above and beyond whatever the school does. And then I can see if they have a passion for it or not. But what I'm telling a lot of my mentees and students and pretty well everyone around the world now is that it's really important to be literate in using AI. Because, so with AI, it's a very powerful force today. It's a powerful tool. It's a scary tool because a lot of people don't understand it. But for designers, it's a highly productive tool, and also it can be a new kind of creativity even. So. And also, I would say this, it's difficult to get a job today in design. It's difficult at any job. The economy's shrinking a bit, so where are the opportunities? The opportunities are, if you're literate in AI, like an expert in it, you can go to almost any company in the world right now and say, I can make your company more productive. Yeah, because I know. And the world doesn't know AI yet. They're just fooling around a little bit with chat. I mean, I think there's something like 600 million users in chat right now.
These are the years of the AI learning, so you have to keep the...
And believe me, when you learn all, not just the, image generation, whatever, but everything around that, all the hybrid technology that they have to mix things, to be able to do textures, to make modifications, to really manipulate it, just like we used to do with other software, like Adobe or with other shops, other Photoshop and everything else. So now you have the speed to do it, and also so you can control that, and you can really move along the process of even the discovery. Because like when you go to a client, you can walk in now, even as a starting point with 100 images as a starting point, and say like, what do you think of this? Like you're already into the I know. I'm not saying that it's going to solve all the problems, but it also when you show something visual to a client who may not be visually oriented, you can he can become a stakeholder in your job, and then you could really win him as a partner and win the job. So like AI absolutely is scary, absolutely people are saying it'll kill humans, whatever. It's an offer. Let me say one other thing about it. And it's already taken over everything anyway, so you have to become literate. Now the second thing about that would be the world is already full of copies, mediocrity. Most of the things you see in the world are copies from original design. And the world is full of it. I'd say 95% of all the world is not original. So what does that tell me? Like when these people that are not creating original design get to use the whole of AI, they're just going to dominate the world with AI generated product that's based on original design, because we train AI from actual designers' work, right? So that sounds really scary, but at the same time, it creates this great opportunity for original design, because like AI is not, maybe it could in the future do computational creativity, but like for you as a human, relating to other humans, there's great opportunities. Hospitality is huge right now because people want to travel, they want to live, they want to experience Medellín. Education is lacking right now. There's going to be a need for people to come together. Dining. People are sick of Rappi, okay? They want to go into a real experience with family and friends. So this is the opportunity. If you can design objects, experiences around those opportunities, I think it's great opportunity. Now the other people are going to get, a lot of people are going to get buried by this, but they always have been, and they always had mediocre jobs, and they acted like robots. It's going to be even worse for them. But for purely creative people that want to make a difference, there's going to be an opportunity to really excel. So that's my answer to that. Now, what else? I'm practicing my lecture.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, future of design?
Out of all the products you've designed, which is your favorite and why?
Well, it used to be, you know, the products used to be, the favorite was always the one that made the most money, but, you know, also popular, right? Like popular, it's stuff that really helped the brand. You know, my work with Karam Rashid was really, really incredible because the timing for him, his design style, and our moving forward with a lot of risk. Let's put it this way: at the time, there wasn't a lot of curvaceous design in the market like you see here. This is Karam's chair, by the way, right? So we took a lot of risk by building tooling for hundreds of thousands of dollars for tools to do very curvaceous, like for example the trash can that we did with the handles and the curved top. It's called the Garbino can. That product was a high risk product, but in the end, you know, we sold like 10 million or more even.
It's still active.
It's still going. So it's kind of a classic in some ways, and even was recognized by the Museum of Modern Art. So it's like, wow, like brand building, money making. And by the way, the money is not about like me putting it in my pocket. We totally reinvested all the money back into design. Like we had a big team, 25 people in our studio. We had interns. We had a lot of travel around the world for all our designers to go to trade shows around the world. We kept the business going because we had economic stability to be able to do that. And I think that is the reason for making the money. For me, it always was. Now, of course, your friend, your family, you want to take care of it. You want your personal, some things like luxury, maybe you want a car or something. But like other than that, like the most important thing was to keep the business going through profitability. And that came through risk taking and coming up, like luckily, you hit the hit the bullseye for some of the items, but you know I failed in a lot of items. Okay, lots.
Yeah. How many? I mean,
Okay, what's the next question?
a number. Of them, of 10, how many you failed? I mean, of 100%.
Maybe 9.5 even.
So, of 100%, you have to risk like 95%.
Yeah.
That might be not you.
But at least when you fail, you learn, because okay, you may fail many stages of development. Like sometimes you'll get to a point where you can't even produce it because like the factory will say, hey, this is impossible, after investing a lot of design and time. But then the worst thing is if you go through all the trouble, you produce, you bring inventory in, you put it on the shelf in a store or online or something, and nothing happens. That's the worst thing because of the investment. That's a sad thing. But then you have an opportunity to learn from that. You can say, well, what did we do wrong? Like, did we not make it visible? Like, is it not recognizable as a good product? Do people not understand the function? Was the form wrong? Was the price wrong? A lot of it is the price. Like you figure, oh, this is so great, we could sell it for $50, but no, the market says no, you can only sell it for $25. Because you know maybe you missed the calculation of what the market landscape was. Like this takes a lot of sensitivity. And I just want to say something about design, and I'm going to talk about this. We have the most difficult and incredible job
In the world,
Yes. People don't think, all people think about, and I'm going to inspire these people, all people think about with design is craft. They look at something and think, oh, okay, there's a chair.
It's pretty.
Yeah. They don't know
All the process.
the process. Okay, the craft thing, that's huge alone, because you have to figure out every manufacturing technique, you know everything about what's in the market. You have to know, when I say craft, I'm not meaning like chiseling out in a wood factory. I mean like anything to do with manufacturing, production. Craft is like, and then everything around it is craft, and people are looking at, oh, that's craft, like that's design. Like that's it. But we as designers, we know for good design requires enormous amount of thinking. So the thinking side now is including everything from the research, discovery, the client knowledge, so market landscape. That takes a lot of thinking.